I have the day off today. Little Victoria May's in the kitchen with me. We're going to share one of her favourite recipes. We're going to be making French macarons. A lot of folks are scared of making this style of cookie, but I promise today we'll show you how easy it is once you know the secrets to making them perfect. What have we got, May?
We have 3 eggs, cream of tartar, powdered sugar, red food coloring, a pinch of salt, and Nature's Eats almond flour.
Perfect. What's the first thing we're going to do?
We're going to first get 1 egg, and then you have to do it on a flat surface, and then tap it, and then
Back and forth slowly, or you can go through your fingers, can't you? You can use your fingers, let the egg white just open them up a little bit. So now we've got the eggs. It's important with the egg whites, if you can, try to have them at room temperature. That's going to help with the rise of the meringue. If you haven't got them at room temperature, put them in a bowl of warm water for about 5 minutes. The egg whites, room temperature, we're going to add them to the mixer. Could you add these to the mixer, hon? Just put them in. And then we want to give these a mix until it gets frothy. Once it gets frothy, we'll add the cream of tartar and the sugar. As you can see, it's nice and frothy now. At this stage, we're going to add the cream of tartar and the sugar. May's going to add that. Well done. And this is going to cause a chemical reaction, and this will help them get nice and frothy. Okay, slowly add the sugar. Gonna add a pinch of salt. These take about 8 minutes to get nice and stiff. While we're doing that, I'm gonna have May sift the powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar. Also, we're going to use about 3/4 cup of Nature's Eats almond flour. Half a cup. You want to sift it so it's nice and smooth, so your meringues are nice and lovely and even. You'll often hear the term stiff peak. So if we take a look, you can see that this is at a nice peak now. When we bring it out, it's at a nice stiff peak. What we want to do now is add the food colouring, the red food colouring. So we're going to add some drops of red food colouring. So you want to add a little bit more food colouring that you normally do, because it's going to go pale with the almond flour and the confectioner's sugar. You don't want to knock out all that air. You can see now, look at that, it's nice and stiff. So I'm going to add the flour. You come back here, mate. I'm going to add the flour, half of it, 50%. And then I'm going to fold the 50 in. As you can see, the mixture, we've incorporated the first part of it. Now we're going to add the second part. Just folding that in, folding it in. Being careful not to knock out all the air. Next thing we're going to do is add it to a piping bag. I've placed the nozzle on a piping bag. You can see the nozzles in there. Feel free if you want to use you could use a sealable bag at home. I'm going to put it in the glass because that's the easiest way to start adding. Drip it in very slowly. You want to be careful not to knock the air out. With the bag, turn it on the inside, isn't it? See here? Just coming around and around and then just twisting. This is ready to go. If they're too big, don't worry. If they're too small, don't worry. It's important that you encourage your kids to have fun in the kitchen. After you've tapped it, leave it at room temperature for 30 minutes. It's important that they get this crisp crust on the top. That's going to help them keep the shape as the bacon. Then we're going to bake these for 20 minutes at 300 Fahrenheit. After about 20 minutes, they come out and you can see that they've puffed slightly. And take a look, that's called a feet. And that's one of the things you look for in the macaroon. It almost looks like there's 2 layers. Let them cool for about 20 minutes. If you try to take them off now, they're going to have a tendency to stick to the mat.
So, since we're doing it, you would grab the half of macaroon, and then in the outer rim of the circle, place your buttercream filling, and then after that, you would top it off with another one.
There you go. Look at that. Here we go. Cheers. Well done.